Get out the way. Who got a watch? Who got the time?
If you are new to my channel, my name is OHEMAA. Welcome. If you are a returning subscriber, okay, you guys, today we're doing voiceover, okay? I thought I had an intro to this, like an actual talking head intro, but it turns out I don't. So today we're going to be doing this gorgeous purple blue eyeshadow look. You're going to have to excuse my headband. I'm trying to lay my edges. I don't know what it's going to look like, but I'm going to start with my eyes and then we'll take it off somewhere down the road, okay? I am going to be doing voiceover, so I'll do an intro and the outro and the voiceover, okay? Because I need to focus. I want to hurry up and do this very, very quickly, okay? So let's go ahead and jump into it. Let's go ahead and jump into it. Anytime I'm doing a full glam eyeshadow and all, I like to start with the bottom of my brow. So I'm lining it with the NYX brow pencil in the shade black or granite. I can't remember the exact shade, but it's the darkest one. I think it's black. I'm gonna line the bottom of my brow with my brand new found Black Radiance concealer. I use the lighter shade first, and then I'm using my Fenty Pro Fil'ter concealer in the shade 480. It's a light shade on me, so I like to use that to highlight the back of my brow, if that makes any sense. I like using my Urban Decay Primer Potion on my eyes before I do anything else, although I am using the Morphe Solo Artist cream eyeshadow. It stays in place, but I also like to just extra protect my eyeshadow with the eyeshadow primer. If you use the Morphe, you don't really need to do that priming step. Now, we'll be using the Culture palette from Juvia's Place, and I'll be using these specific shades in the order that I showed them on my eyes. I am laying down the purple base because, yes, even though I'm doing a blue eyeshadow look, I wanted to have a different color transition, and the closest thing I could think of was purple. Fun thing is you can also use green or orange. I mean, you can definitely transition a lot of different colors with blue, but I'm using purple today because I think my shirt kind of sort of inspired the purple dark blue situation. My absolute favorite type of eyeshadow or style of eyeshadow is a halo eye. So yes, I'm doing a halo eye. I will place some of that purple on the inner and the outer corner of my eye just to make that blue in the middle pop very, very beautifully. And then I am going in and blending the outer edges, applying a bit of that Solo Artist in the middle of the look. I just blended that way my blue will stick very, very nicely. I am using the blue from the Culture palette, but this was not the blue I had in mind. When I thought of this look, my brain went to the Danessa Myricks blue glitter shadow that was in her Lightwork 7 palette. I just could not find it. So I made do with the blue from the Juvia's Place palette. It is not a bad blue, but it doesn't have that chunky reflectivity and that intense blue pigment that the Danessa Myricks blue has. So I went in with it. I didn't really remember where my palette was, so I just kept with it. Now I'm brushing the shimmer pieces off my face and applying a bit of like a lighter shade in the middle. I was trying to see if I would get the exact look that I wanted, but you know, it wasn't working out. I went ahead and wiped my face with a makeup wipe to remove that blue off of my skin. Now let's get into the skin prep. Did you know that e.l.f. Cosmetics, I almost said Morphe, did you know that e.l.f. Cosmetics has a matte power grip primer? If you didn't know, now you know. It's a very thick, sticky primer. It actually dries down very quickly, but it does not leave your face like casket ready type of matte. It is a very beautiful, beautiful primer. Next, I'm going in with the e.l.f. Poreless Putty Primer. I wanted to have like the most insanely smooth base possible, and I like mixing other primers with the Power Grip Matte because for some odd reason it works very well with a lot of different primers, especially this putty primer. The putty primer helps fill in any pores you might have or texture. It just smooths out the skin really, really nicely. You're gonna see what my skin will look like in the end. I dry everything down and then I go in with my skin tone concealer. Now this concealer is by Black Radiance. It is, I think, the deepest shade that they offer. I did buy it from Walmart online online, so I don't know if it had like the whole range, but this was the deepest one that they had on the website. I like to dry it down a little bit and then blend it in with a brush. This brush is actually by Angelica on here on YouTube. I forgot the name of her brand, but I will put the links to everything I use down below. Do you see how flawless this primer makes my skin look? It is definitely a skin tone concealer for me that matches the lighter parts of my face, and it helps just hide any imperfections I want to hide. For the brighter part of my face, because I want a brighter concealer, Fenty 480, once again, the Pro Filter is a very thick primer, it's a very thick concealer, so use it with caution. I am going in with the NARS Light Reflecting Concealer Foundation. This is, I think, shade 32 or 38, the second deepest shade, okay? I am applying that to my face before I take my OIS brush to blend it in. I love the tone of this foundation. Why is my brain stuck on concealer? Why is my brain stuck on concealer? I'm using the LYS brush to blend in the foundation. I really like the tone of this and the way it just reflects the lights. Makes my skin look very hydrated. And that's why I've been using it. Like for the past few videos, I've been using this foundation. Absolutely, absolutely beautiful. Somebody did say that my base looked very, very natural and that they love that I use minimal products. I actually did not use minimal products. I used a ton of products. I'm going in with my third concealer. Okay, this is the second lightest or the second deepest shade in the Black Radiance concealer. And next I'm going in with my House Labs contour, and to make sure my concealer is exactly where I want it to be, I am using a brush to blend it in, and I absolutely love blending it in with this cute brush. I forgot what brand this brush is from. I will find out, but it blended it in very nicely. Next I'm going in with another layer of concealer. This is the Fenty 480 Pro Filter again to brighten up, and of course I'm blending the lighter concealer in with the same brush that I used to blend our first concealer. I still forget the name of this brand. I will remember it and put it down below in the description, so definitely check it out. Now, after I blend in the concealer, I am going to go in and blend in my contour. For the nose contour, I like to blend it in with a blend-in brush. To be more precise, I'm using a very small brush to blend the sides of it. I started with a fluffier brush, but then I ended up with a smaller one because I wanted to concentrate the contour a lot more. This is one of the Morphe brushes, and I will put the name somewhere down below in the description. For the actual face contour, I am blending it in with a angled blending brush. I don't know why it took me so long to think about it. An angled blending brush because it helps blow it up very beautifully into the skin, and the angle also just helps me keep the contour exactly where I want it, and just patting it in, sliding or swiping very minimally, but mostly patting it in. Now, I was looking for powder and I found the Danessa Myricks palette I was looking for with that blue. Do you see that blue? Now, as soon as I put it on, you could see that this was the shade I was looking for. Do you see how much more blue, how much glittery, or how much more glittery it is compared to like a smooth eyeshadow shimmer shade? This is what I was looking for. When I thought about this look, this was the blue and the chunkiness and the reflectivity that I was looking for. The Juvia's Place palette gave me a good base to like hold on to this chunky glitter. This was the chunkiness I was looking for. Did you see that chunky? This is a good chunky eyeshadow. How many times did I say chunky? I don't know, but it's gorgeous. I'm going in and blending the outer edges with the purple. Just admiring this blue because, honey, it is stunning. Okay, back to the base routine. I'm going in with the Huda Beauty pressed powders, and I'm using the shade Cocoa something, the deepest shade. I'm using the deepest shade on the under eyes and essentially everywhere else that I put my concealer. I'm using the other side. I'm using the loose setting powder on the other side. I made a whole video about this. So if you want to see how the powders behaved and what I think about them, definitely check out the video that's below this video, okay? For the entire face, I'm using Huda's White Loose Setting Powder. I will put the exact name down below. I feel like it's Sugar Cookie, but I could be mistaken. This is a translucent powder, and as you can see, it does kind of look almost whitish on the skin, but it blurs everything out. I really like this powder, and from what I understand, there's another powder in a different line that also behaves like this, so I will be trying that powder out as well. I applied the shade Cinnamon Bun on the lower part of my eyes to just brighten my under eye a little bit more, building an actual brow with the NYX brow pencil, and I'm taking my brow brush with no product on it just to define the bottom parts of my brows. The L'Oreal brow pen, the one that has the two prongs, has been my go-to to create hair-like strokes in front of my eyes or my brows. So that's what I'm doing. Next, I'm going in with our Sephora Collection Precision Liner to create like a small wing liner, which turned into like a chunky thick wing liner. I was okay with that, you know, because sometimes your wing liner starts out as one thing and it just ends up a completely different look, and you know, it's okay. For the waterline, I'm using this NYX retractable eyeliner in the shade Deep Blue. NYX does not sell this exact name of the eyeliner. I don't even know if it's available still, so I will put a different option down below. I'm taking our purple eyeshadow, and I'm applying that to my lower eyelid. Somebody advised me to just go ham with the lower eyelid shade and also not be afraid to bring it down. So I've been doing that, and I really like what it looks like. I wanted to put some of that shimmer shade directly in the middle on my lower eyelids, and this is what it looked like. Absolutely, absolutely stunning. This eyeshadow is gorgeous. I used a different shade in the palette to sort of do like a halo, but you know, that's neither here nor there. You don't have to do that. I was just experimenting with the eyeshadow, okay? Next, I'm using the Maybelline Sky High mascara on my natural lashes, and then I'm going in with some what is it called? Mascara, no, some lashes from my brand that I've discontinued. I think this is the Lash Style Ghana, if I'm not mistaken. Absolutely beautiful. I really still have not seen anybody do lashes like me, okay? Like, I haven't seen it, and no, I'm not bringing the brand back. All I know is ever since I've gone back to using my own lashes, I love my looks. My eyes look so good, and my lashes are just pretty and fluffy and gorgeous and natural looking. It's pretty, okay? For the blush, I wanted something with a bit of like a blue hue to it, so I went back into the eyeshadow palette and took some of the shades we used on the eyes, and I actually put that as my blush. What I didn't show is I went into the blue and added some of that to my face as well. To melt everything in, I'm using the Sephora Collection Dewy Setting Spray. I dried that down, and then I'm going in with the Juvia's Place Nude Setting Spray. This is the Ready Set Seal. I feel like this is a finishing spray because it has that hairspray feel to it, like the one size type of a spray. Once you spray it, you can smell it, and then before it dries down, it just gets a bit sticky, but then once it dries down, it is completely beautiful, and it's not sticky when it's dry. It stays on your face beautifully, holds everything in place, but like once before it dries down, it can maybe like get your hair stuck. I'm using my NYX dark blue pencil as my lip liner because I wanted to incorporate some blue into my lips as well, and the last time I did a blue look, I put blue in the middle, so I just used it as my lip liner. This Sephora Collection lip gloss has been the centerpiece of all the looks I've been doing for the past few weeks. I still don't know what it's called, so don't ask me. I will definitely put what it's called down below in the description, okay? The look is stunning. Now, the first time I wore this dress, I should have done a blue eyeshadow, but we were racing the clock to do like a sunset photo shoot type of situation. It didn't work out, but you know, I should have absolutely done a blue eyeshadow look with it, and I don't mind. I absolutely do not mind coordinating my makeup look with my outfits because look at this. It looks beautiful. It looks stunning. Why wouldn't I wear blue eyeshadow with a little bit of a blue lip liner to go with my blue dress? Why wouldn't I do that? I would absolutely do that, and that's what I did. Let me know down below in the comments if you would try this makeup look for yourself, and absolutely tag me in any other makeup looks you want me to try on your other socials so we can see what it looks like on dark skin. Thank you so much for watching. Love you lots, and I'll see you in my next video. Bye.
Get out the way. Who got a watch? Who got the time? I'm raising the clock. Even in my feelings, grind don't stop. Got big dreams, want big rocks. I got plans, you got talk. Heard it's real cheap, but it's really gon' cost. I'm trying to get these in.